Good morning, everybody. It's me, Marcia, and today I'm going to make some bread. I'm going to do my best to make some bread. Got my recipe here, and I'm going to follow it and let you guys follow along. Okay? Okay, it says put warm water and 1 tablespoon sugar and yeast together and let it set for 5 minutes until it's foamy. So I got my water in the microwave to get warm because we don't have any running water still. A measuring cup. Okay, 1 cup warm water. No, 2 cups. There's 1. And 2 cups warm water. And it says 1 tablespoon of sugar. 1 tablespoon. And some sugar. 1 tablespoon sugar, so I'll dip this in. And I don't care if it spills because I'm going to need more sugar here in a little bit. So then your yeast. My yeast. I hope I get this done before my husband comes in because he don't know I'm doing a video. So use this knife to cut this open. There we go. The yeast in there and let it sit for 5 minutes, it says. While that 5 minutes is going on, I will do something else. Okay. It says mix the sugar, remaining sugar and oil to the yeast. And then mix in the flour 1 cup at a time. And the dough will be a little tacky and clingy to the side of the bowl. And save for a small amount at the bottom. Okay, well I'm going to take my ring off because when I start getting my hand in here I don't want to have gooey on my rings. So off it comes. As long as I don't forget it's in my pocket, we'll be okay. Okay, now the remaining amount of sugar. Well, I don't want to put it in there until it looks foamy. It's almost starting to look foamy. How much oil? It says here 1/4 cup oil. So I'm gonna get my 1/4 cup measuring cup. 1/4 cup and oil. I'm having a little bit hard time getting around. The other day when it was really cold out, the cows decided to get out all the way, and we had to get them, and my husband wanted me to stand guard and make sure they didn't go on out another area, make it even harder for him to get them back in the pasture. So I stood out there. I mean, it was on the spur of a moment. I wasn't totally dressed proper for the cold weather. I can't really blame that on him. It's my body. I should know that I should have put more socks on or something. But he was in a hurry. And I didn't want to be the cause of the cows being further needing to have to be brought back or whatever. This way, I just jumped and helped him and froze my feet. I had frostbite on top of my feet, on the side of my feet, and my ankle area. Oh, they don't feel very good. Okay, I'm gonna mix this up. My wooden spoon. I think I have my wooden spoon here. Okay. I got some pieces of meat cooking on the stove for my husband. Oh, and for me. I turn the fire down. Get this all mixed up in here. Now it says to add the flour. My handy dandy sifter. Been married 7 years. My husband just got me this. We didn't think about it before. I mean, I did, but I never got one until just recently. I'm gonna get my flour. And it says 5 to 6 cups of flour, one at a time, so I'll just measure out a cup at a time. This is wheat flour, so it's yummy. I like wheat bread. Your first cup, put it in the sifter. And then sift that in and mix it up. There's 1 cup. Do you like homemade bread? I hope you like homemade bread. I'm sorry you can't see my face. Maybe that backed up. Oh. There's 1 cup. Just about mixed up in here. I don't have a bread maker, which would make things so much easier if I did, but you can only do 1 loaf at a time on that. This here makes 2 loaves. But I'm not just making bread, I'm making fried bread. I'm going to take little balls, about the size of the palm of your hand, about 8 ounces. And here's cup number 2. And I'm going to take those balls, cup 2, and fry them. Make fried bread. Some people call it Indian bread or whatever. I don't know. I love it. Cup 2. Quickly turn this meat over. I'm multitasking, I guess you can say. Okay, number 2. Making bread is really easy. I mean, if you don't want to try to make 10 loaves at a time, I mean, a couple loaves every other day, you know, that's not bad. And homemade bread tastes better to me than bought bread anyhow. It don't last as long, but it's still good. That's number 2. Now a 3rd cup. Cup number 3. So you just need the 2 cups of warm water, the yeast, tablespoon of sugar. Mix those together in your bowl and let them sit for like 5 minutes or until it's foamy. When it starts getting foamy, then you add your Rest your sugar, your 1/4 cup of your oil, and then your flour 1 cup at a time until you get, it's supposed to be 5 to 6 cups. Now I'm starting my cup number 4. You might not need all of it. If it gets too dry, you know that's enough. You don't need no more. Here's cup 4. Like one time I made some bread and I only needed 5 cups. And one time I actually needed 6 cups. I guess it depends on the temperature around the house too, you know. And speaking of that, I never even turned my oven on so it'll heat up. Whew, try to knock everything on the floor, why don't I? Once I get this all mixed up, I'm going to have to sit down for a while and rest my feet. My feet are swollen really bad. But they're getting better. Still waiting on the people for my interview to call me back to see if I got the job. Don't know how long I'm going to be able to handle the job with my frostbite, but I'm going to, if he wants me to work, I'm going to go. Do my best to work. Okay, this is starting to get where I can form it. So I'm going to take this out and finish it with my hands. And that was just 4 cups. So you might not, might not need 6 cups of flour. May not even need 5 cups of flour. Right now I'm going around the edges of the bowl, getting all the loose flour down so I can mix it into this ball. And the next step after this, since I have this all mixed up, see, into a ball. It's a little bit sticky, but it's not too bad. I'm going to take the oil that I didn't get out of here and put it in the bottom of this bowl. So I can oil the edges of the bowl for the bread to sit in and rise. So you take your dough and you lay it down in there and you cover it with a towel. I can't even wash my hands because of no running water. So we have a 5-gallon bucket here. I'm gonna stick them in here. This is awful. Not having running water. Sometimes you have to do things the hard way, but it still gets done. I'll cover this with a towel, and then when the oven's done, I'll make these balls, and I can put them in there, flatten them out, and fry up some bread, and to have some homemade bread. And if you like this, and you like other things you would like me to make, or whatever, follow my channel and you just might be able to see other things I make and or bake or cook, and we will go learn more things together. So anyway, smash the like button and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful day. Ta-ta.